Hello there, you little charmers. It's Bonnie, and this is the Ghostrick CONTROL profile that absolutely no one asked for, but here it is anyways. So let's get right into it. Oh, well, before that, if you guys have any advice or any tips or, whatever, feel free to leave it in the comment section below and all that, please. Any tips on how to make this deck faster, please. Thank you. Anyways, so we're gonna start off with double tour guide. Allows us to get into Alucard and then overlay into Angel, or works really nice. Morphing Jar we're gonna run 3 of because Ghostricks don't really have anything that can disrupt links. This is perfect for that. Doesn't even target, it's beautiful. Run triple Lantern, negates the attacks. This is like your main form of attack negation. It's really fucking good. Got Mary, you take damage, any kind of damage, doesn't have to be battle damage. It could be like effect damage. And this card's in the hand, you send it to the graveyard and you can special summon any Ghostrick monster in face down defense position. Run triple Yanchi. This is your searcher, really. You really want to see this card at all times, unless you don't. Anyways, double Lantern. Oh, excuse me. Wow, wow. Double Jack Frost. I'm so sorry. This one is also an attack negator. It's not as good as Lantern since this one it has to be a direct attack. So yeah. This one, on the other hand, it can flip your opponent's monster face down after it negates the attack, so has that going for it. Have the brand new Ghostrick Fairy. Very nice card. I only run 1 of though, because, I find it is kind of bricky. But, you could run as many as you want. You can do whatever. This one in particular, you flip it face up, or it gets flipped face up. You can look for a Ghostrick card in the graveyard, set it on the field. It could be monster or spell, trap, whatever. Set it on the field. And for the number of set cards on the field, you can flip face down that many monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So it's very nice. It's a scare. It's a scare. I run 1 mummy. This one I run it for speed purposes. Like sometimes let's say I'll have 1 monster face down. Let's say it's my turn again. I flip whichever one of these. If I have a mummy on the field, I can do 2 normal summons, which is great because I could just, let's say for example I have 2 or whatever 1-ups I have, I could just summon both of them and overlay into Dullahan. So I have I have this one for that. Spectre, it's a nice, it's nice to have him. Let's say Yanchi's in the field, he gets popped. Yanchi goes off. I could search for Spectre, gets to the hand, Yanchi gets destroyed. This one activates. If a Ghostrick monster is destroyed, then you get to put this one, special summon in face down defense, and draw 1 card. So it's pretty good. And it's also good for defense as well. But I mainly use it for the draw power, really. We got Ghoul. This one I just have it here because, he kind of boosts up the attack of your Ghostrick. Of course, it does have the downside that only that 1 monster can attack. But that's why I only have him at 1 because, it's pretty cool to have him around for that, You could turn a Ghostrick into a beef stick, so, it's cool. 1 doll. I know a lot of people run probably 2, maybe even 3, but I haven't really needed 2 or 3. This one's still good. Like, this card gets flipped face up, and at the end phase, every monster on the field gets flipped face down. Except the links, of course. Fuck. Now, let's go to the trap card part of this deck. So I run 2 Renovation. This is like my favorite Ghostrick trap, fucking Glare. Basically what this card does is, let's say you have a field spell card, obviously. Ghostrick Mansion, Museum, Parade, whatever. You activate this, you get to switch out whichever Ghostrick field spell you have into another, or the same one. It could be from like the deck or the hand, because remember this card can bring that field spell to your hand and you could just reactivate it, you know. And you're probably wondering, well, what's the point? Well, the point is this card has a graveyard effect. It basically allows you to overlay over, let's say you have Angel of Mischief and you're like, I don't want that anymore. Well, you use this bad boy right here and you get to overlay any other Ghostrick on top of it, but it can't be the same one. You know, please don't, you know, come on, don't be like that. Then we got Vanish. This is basically just protection, because who doesn't need that in these tried times? So, Vanish, you reveal one Ghostrick monster card in your hand, and it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So that's very neat. One scare. I know, again, a lot of people run 2, maybe even 3 of these, but remember, you have, where the fuck is she? Did I just, never mind, I'll just name her. We can use, how embarrassing. This is like so low quality, but please bear with me. First video, we can only go up from here. Where is she? Ah, here she is. Ghostrick Fairy. You could just bring this card back with Ghostrick Fairy, or even with Alucard or Dualahan. You could just bring it back to the hand. You really don't need that many Ghostrick traps at all. You could just bring them right back anyways, so it's all good. Ghostrick Knight, again, one of, because you could just bring him right back if you need to. But what this card does is that if you have a Ghostrick monster on the field and your opponent's cards are, let's say, they're all face down defense position, they can't flip them back up. So as long as you have a Ghostrick card and he's face down, ass up, it's all good, because this will make sure they don't get back up. Ghostrick, I forgot to mention what this does. Not that, I'm pretty sure you guys already know, but whatever. You can target as many face down defense position monsters you have on your field, flip them face up defense, of course, and flip face down as many monsters your opponent has face up to face down defense position, up to the number of Ghostricks you flipped face up with this, of course. It can't just be any monster. Come on, let's be real. Oh yeah, and it doesn't target. Ha, that's really nice for us, of course. Now we're gonna run one Quaking Mirror Force. Basically, your opponent declares an attack, flip all their attack position monsters to face down defense, and they cannot be flipped face up ever again. So, unless they have like an effect that can flip them back up, but very unlikely. We're gonna run 2 Needle Ceiling. Very nice. This, if there is 4 or more monsters on the field, you can activate this bad boy and just kill everyone. Of course, it only destroys face-up cards on the field. So this is great for Ghostricks, because most of the time they're hiding. That's their gimmick. So, yeah, y'all already know what this does. Double Heavy Storm Duster, because of course you need to protect your back row, and you also want to get rid of their back row. So why not have Heavy Storm Duster? Basically, this is a really good card to activate during your opponent's turn, simply because you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this. So unless you really want to get rid of something on your turn, but I suggest you just activate it during your opponent's turn. It destroys up to 2 spells and traps on the field. Anyways, to the spells, we're gonna run Double Mansion. Basically, Ghostricks can attack directly if all your opponent's cards are in face down defense position. So can your opponents, of course. So can they, but their damage is halved. So hooray! Now, Ghostrick Parade. All the all the field spells share the same effect where you and your opponent can attack directly, right? If all monsters are face down defense. So let's get that out of the way. Parade. If your opponent attacks you directly, you get to search for a Ghostrick card. So it's really good. Like this is like you really want to activate this like as soon as possible just to get your just to get those cards in your hand. So please do. I only run one museum because this is basically you don't really have to run this, but I like running it because sometimes, let's say I'll activate renovation just to mess around and have him attack me and flip his card face down. Because what this does is, any monster that inflicts battle damage gets flipped face down. So, yeah, very nice. Now, double twin twister. Because of course I'm gonna run double twin twister. Who doesn't run this beauty? Discard one card. You can destroy up to 2 cards, spell and traps on the field. And then finally, Allure of Darkness. Draw 2 cards. Discard 1 dark monster. And if you don't have a dark monster in your hand, you're wrecked because everything goes to the graveyard. Of course, you have to banish 1 dark monster. I'm sorry, I should mention that. Now, of course, Regeki. It allows you to draw 2 cards. Anyways, let's go to the extra deck, and I'm going to make this really quick because, let me put all this aside. We're going to run 3 of everything. So, 3 Angel of Mischief, 3 Alucard, 3 So Cute Boss, and 3 Dullahan. 1, 2, 3. Now, Angel of Mischief, this is the main bay. This is what you want to get out as soon as possible. This one, you take 1 overlay unit out of her, and she allows you to search for 1 Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck, add it to your hand. And she also has a really nifty ability. If this card has 10 overlay units on her, you win the game. Now you're probably wondering, wow, it's really fucking shit. Yeah, because how the fuck are you gonna get to 10 overlay units? Like, come on, guys. Like, let's be real. That's it's not impossible, but I wouldn't try it if I were y'all, unless your opponent is really bad. And even then, I wouldn't even try it because come on, don't be like that. Let me mention it also has the ability where you can attach 1 Ghostrick card onto her per turn. It's not a hard once per turn though. So if you, let's say you activate Renovation, overlay on top of this, you can overlay her again and activate the ability again. You can activate all her abilities again. They're not hard once per turns. Alucard, on the other hand, he has the ability where you take 1 overlay unit out of him, and you can destroy 1 set card on the field. It can be spell, trap, monster, whatever. So that's cool. But this one is a hard once per turn, unfortunately. Now, him and Dullahan share the same effect in the graveyard. If they're sent to the graveyard, you can get 1 Ghostrick card from the graveyard back to your hand. So that's really nice. So if you, let's say you have Mischief, right? You take this out, activate her effect. Yay! Alucard goes off. Hooray! So there's that. Dullahan, take 1 overlay unit out of him, target 1 monster on the field, he loses half his attack. You can target himself. I target him all the time, simply because I can overlay into Angel, take him out, and then the card I discarded from him, I can just get it back to my hand. So it's really nifty, really gnarly. And last but definitely not least is So Cute Boss. This monster is the one I use the least, but by no means is it like the worst. To me, they're all equally as beautiful. They're all equally as special. So Succubus, on what she does is basically you obviously take one overlay unit off and you target one monster on the field that has the same amount of attack or less than I'm terrible at explaining things. Basically, if you have a lot of Ghostrick monsters on the field and your opponent has like one beefy monster, their combined attack will be more than his, of course, right? Maybe. So you take one overlay unit off, you pop him, then you like go for something else, attack directly, I don't know, do whatever you feel like. Also, uh, the monster zone where that monster was destroyed will be like Ojama'd, so they can't use it as long as there's a Ghostrick monster on the field. So the moment all your Ghostrick monsters are gone, that zone is it's good. They can use it again. So that's basically been my Ghostrick profile. What a fucking mess I've made, but you know it's all good. I do it all in the name of spook, I suppose. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know, get me to those PewDiePie subs, please. I don't know. So yeah, that's been my video, and hope all is going well on the other side of the internet. And I'll be seeing you again if you give this video a few likes. Let's go for 69 likes, please, you know, if you don't mind. Anyways, I'll be seeing you, I guess. See ya.